the U.S. importing nearly $7 billion worth of drugs from China in 2022. That number is up from $820 million just a year earlier in 2021. The surge reportedly being driven by chemotherapy drugs and cardiovascular drugs, as well as the infection drugs that Haley mentioned. Todd, remember during COVID, when we saw the Chinese media, state media, come out with a tweet saying, well, the United States needs the active ingredients from China, and maybe we just won't send them to the America anymore. And there's also a comment that Xi Jinping made in his speech that he made during the 100-year celebration of the Communist Party, saying, we have to make sure the world is dependent on the Chinese supply chain so that we can turn it off when we deem necessary. Unbelievable.
Because then that otherwise gives them the leverage to control the world, which we can't have. But with regard to the drugs in particular, you raise such a great point. This is biological/chemical warfare, if you actually think about it, because if they can turn off the spigot, people could potentially die. And I actually think Nikki Haley should have gone a step further because, you know, I deal with amoxicillin right now. We're trying to give our little one amoxicillin. She is not going to die if she doesn't get amoxicillin. But you mentioned chemotherapy and cardiovascular drugs. If they turn off the spigot on those, people could actually die. And it's not just those three that we mentioned, Maria. There's a lot more in the pipeline that we are dependent on China for. And you worry that if they really wanted to play hardball, and I do not believe that they have come close to playing as hard as they potentially could, China could put us in a real bind. It makes no sense. We are America. We invented manufacturing. We should be able to bring manufacturing of drugs stateside.